In this video today, I'm going to answer a question posted in my community. So, what can I do if I cannot imagine? Well, honestly, you are imagination. So, what is imagination? Most of you confuse imagination with visualization, and this is not the case. Visualization is you creating a mental scene and placing yourself in a mental scene the same way you put yourself the same way like you're viewing TV, right? It's a mental image. It's an image. While imagination is all that you are. If I could use a similar word to imagination, it would be thinking of. You're thinking. You're imagining. You're thinking. Not to be confused with fantasizing, which brings you to the idea that you might fantasize something that it's not real, so it's a fantasy whatsoever. So what can I do if I cannot imagine? I know you meant you cannot visualize. Well, you don't need visualization to manifest, because you don't start manifesting now that I teach you to manifest or other coaches teach you to manifest. You've manifested since your birth. Since you weren't even aware of the fact that you were manifesting, and you were still manifesting your entire life until you became aware that you are actually doing. Manifestation is like you're breathing and now you're just becoming aware that you're breathing, and then you start panicking that what if I cannot breathe again? So you didn't need visualization back then when you were manifesting your high school, your kindergarten years, your childhood. You didn't need visualization when you manifested your first boyfriend or your first breakup. I'm pretty sure you didn't sit around and visualize the breakup with your boyfriend, so you don't need visualization. So don't panic. If you cannot visualize, it doesn't matter. What matters is your decision, because you're actually deciding. Okay? You're deciding every second what you're gonna have and what you allow yourself and what you tolerate in your reality. Now, in the same question, there was another paragraph that said, what if I don't desire my outcome anymore? I don't want my manifestation. Well, this could happen from two reasons. And now I want you to be honest with yourself and really understand. And are you not desiring it because you've burned yourself out from all this effort that you put in? So it's kind of like, I'm sick of it. I don't even want it anymore. It's like I'm so sick and tired of doing everything to manifest. Or you could not want your desire because you are already in the wish fulfilled. It's like the same way when you are hungry. Okay, you're hungry, you crave for food, and once you have eaten, you don't need the food anymore. It means that you are fed, you are fulfilled. So if you don't want your manifestation anymore because you are fulfilled, this is good. It means that you no longer crave for it. You are no longer in an identity that craves, begs, chases, needs, etc., etc. So it's actually good. I did see in your question that you also mentioned the fact that you are tired. Now, in order to overcome the burnout, and I'm just telling you that you're burning yourselves out for nothing. Manifestation doesn't require effort. Manifestation is not a homework that you have to do constantly 24/7. Otherwise, you wouldn't get your desires. Because look, when you look in your world, in your 3D world, you are going to observe the fact that everything that you don't even focus on purpose, it's manifested. Your house, your friends, your parents, your sister, your brother, your colleagues, your job, they are all manifested on autopilot by default. The sky, everything that you can ever imagine is already manifested by default. It didn't require, and it doesn't require, your active involvement in order to manifest. That means your desire doesn't require your active involvement involvement. And when I'm saying active involvement, I'm not talking about not knowing what you want, not deciding that you have it, or not use the law in your favor by assuming the best of yourself. But active involvement means you don't have to obsessively think 24/7 of your desire. Can you see how I said it? Because that's what some of you are doing. You're obsessively thinking about your desire. You didn't even occupy the identity of having it already because you're thinking of it. You're contemplating it. So what does contemplating your desire mean? Well, let's just assume. Let's just give an example. Your specific puppet, your specific job, your specific amount of money. It's a very beautiful black limousine. And this limousine is parked outside your house. Okay? Now, contemplating your desire and thinking of your desire, it means you sitting in front of the fucking limousine and contemplating it, not even going inside, not even putting the key in the contact and start driving it. That's what when you think about your desire means. You're outside, you're contemplating it, you don't do anything about it, or even if you do something about it, you do it obsessively because that's how you think you're gonna get your desire. But for any other stuff, which would be 99% of your life, you don't even give a fuck. You don't even give your attention. You don't sit around giving your full focus and your full attention on all the things you have in your life. Because if you would, imagine how many times you would have to focus on a road for the road to exist. How many times you would have to focus on your parents for your parents to exist. You wouldn't have time. So how come those things are manifested by default? But when it comes to your desire, you think that there is some weird ritual, some homework you have to do. You have to prove yourself as worthy for your desire. You bow to it. What for? Just because you desire it, it doesn't make it special. It's just a preference. Just because you desire a certain food doesn't make that food special. It just makes it a preference. So there is no need into over focusing on something that you desire for the simple fact that by doing so, first of all, you're not allowing yourself to live your life. You're missing out on life. Now bear in mind, I'm talking about those who are maniacs into manifesting, robotic affirming 24/7, obsessively thinking about their specific puppet, trying to figure out ways how to get their specific puppet, how to change them, the newest technique. Like, I'm talking about these people. I'm not talking about someone that might think once a day at your desire. I'm talking about the things that you do and keep you stuck in an identity that says and will continue saying, I don't have it. I panic. What am I going to do without it? Okay? That's it. Post your questions in the community section. I already have so many questions to answer. I'm going to do videos answering your questions. So hit the community, post your questions, and I'm going to make videos about it. Bye bye.